You are not an accident. You are not forgotten. You are not disqualified. Before the foundations of the earth were laid, I knew your name. Before you took your first breath, I had already whispered into eternity, I choose you. I saw the entirety of your life in a single moment. Your victories, your struggles, your silence, your laughter. I chose you not in reaction to what you've done, but because I know who you are. Not because of what you've achieved or failed to achieve. Not because you prayed every day, acted without flaw, or earned some divine merit badge. I chose you out of love, pure, enduring, unshakable love. I chose you for a purpose that stretches beyond your imagination, one that is rooted in eternity and deeper than your greatest doubts. There's nothing accidental about your presence here. Every part of your life has been known to me, and still, my choice remains. I choose you. Yes, you have stumbled. You have lost your footing, your faith, your way at times. But I have never turned my eyes from you. Even in your darkest valley, my presence hovered over you, waiting for your heart to lean toward me again. You have doubted yourself, questioned your value, and wondered if you matter. But I have never doubted you. I have never revoked my love or changed my mind. You turned your face away from me, but I turned my heart toward you. With every breath you've drawn, I've drawn near. When the world screamed you were too broken, too far gone, too flawed, I whispered the truth. You are still mine. The enemy has tried to convince you that your story is over, that you are unworthy, disqualified, or forgotten. But I am not the author of condemnation. I am the God who redeems. I restore what is lost. I rebuild what is broken. I resurrect what has been buried in shame and silence. And today I speak to you, not through signs alone, but with clarity and compassion, directly, intimately, purposefully. Because this is not just a message to lift your spirit, it is a mission for your life. I want you to hear me in a way you've never heard before. I want you to walk with me in a way you've never walked before. You are my chosen, not yesterday, not just someday, now always. Hear my voice. Let it echo louder than your fear, louder than your past, louder than every lie you've ever believed. I choose you. Chapter 1. The calling in the quiet. I do not always speak in thunder. I do not always arrive in earthquakes or in fire. I often come to you in the quiet, in the early morning light, in the silence of your soul, in the place where you've stopped running from the noise and started listening for me. I speak in the gentle rustle of leaves, in the calm before your thoughts take over, in the steady rhythm of your breath when your spirit is still. You think your life has been ordinary, but the ordinary is sacred when touched by my hand. The mundane becomes miraculous when you see it through my eyes. Moses was a shepherd in the desert when I called him. David was a boy tending sheep. Mary was a young girl in a small village. Joseph was a carpenter. Peter was a fisherman. All were called, all chosen. And so are you. Not after you've achieved something impressive. Now, just as you are. Stop asking why I would choose someone like you. That question does not come from me. It comes from fear. And fear is not your master. I am. You do not have to understand why you are chosen. You only need to trust the one who chose you. When I choose, I do not consult resumes. I do not weigh your worth by human standards. I look at hearts. I see hunger. I see longing. I see humility. I see what others cannot. I see what even you struggle to see. I see who you are becoming, not just who you've been. Do not despise the quiet seasons. That is where I train the ones I love, where I shape the soul to carry the weight of destiny. The wilderness is not a punishment, it is preparation. It is the sacred classroom where my voice echoes loudest, not in noise but in necessity. It is in the silence where your roots grow deep, deeper than circumstances, deeper than emotion, deeper than the shallow soil of convenience. In the quiet, distractions lose their power, and the idols of comfort are revealed for what they are. Your inner world is molded not by what the world shouts, but by what I whisper. It is in the hidden places that your faith becomes unshakable, not because of what you see, but because of what you've heard from me. It is where your heart is recalibrated, where your intentions are refined, where your trust is tested and made true. It is where I prove my nearness, even when I feel far away. Because faith that flourishes in silence is faith that endures any storm. You were not made for a life of noise and distraction. You were made for communion with me, not just in holy places, but in daily places. To walk with me not only in the temple, but in your kitchen, your workplace, your most vulnerable moments, when you are overwhelmed, exhausted, or overlooked. That is where my presence becomes personal. This is the beginning of your calling, the foundation upon which I build what is eternal. Do not rush past it. Do not fear the stillness. The stillness is not the absence of movement. It is the birthplace of destiny. It is the sacred pause that precedes divine momentum. It is not emptiness. It is fullness being formed in secret. I am not delaying your purpose. I am deepening your capacity. What seems like delay is often divine design, a slow shaping of a heart that can carry heaven's weight. Trust the quiet. That is where I speak clearest, and where you become most like me. Chapter 2. The strength in your struggle. I've seen the nights you cried. I've heard the prayers you whispered into your pillow. I've felt the weight of your heartache pressing down like a storm with no end in sight. I was there when you were betrayed, when trust was shattered by those closest to you. I was there when you were abandoned, when you felt unworthy of love, when you sat alone wondering if anyone cared. I was there when you were misunderstood, when your intentions were questioned and your name was misrepresented. I know what it means to be rejected. My son was rejected by the very ones he came to save, and he carried that sorrow so you would never carry yours alone. But your pain is not wasted. Not a single tear has been lost to the soil of despair. Every tear you've shed has watered the ground where I am planting something holy. That soil soaked in sorrow is the same ground from which faith grows. Every wound you've endured, I am shaping into wisdom, wisdom that will light the way for others. What you call breaking, I call refining. What feels like falling apart is actually being rebuilt from the inside out. Your strength is not in pretending you're unshaken. It is in the sacred decision to trust me when everything feels uncertain. When you say, I don't know the way, and I whisper, follow me, that is where true courage is born. That is where bravery is not the absence of fear, but the presence of faith. Courage is choosing to move forward when your knees are trembling and your voice is weak. It is when you keep walking through the storm, not because it's easy, but because you know I am with you. There is strength in the one who falls and gets back up again and again, who wipes their tears and keeps walking forward into the unknown. There is resilience in the soul who refuses to be defined by failure and instead uses it as fuel to deepen their dependence on me. There is power in the one who feels afraid, whose heart pounds with uncertainty, yet still chooses to believe. still chooses to trust. That kind of faith moves mountains. That kind of faith draws me close. You are not weak for struggling. You are strong because you've refused to quit. You are strong because you've allowed your wounds to become places where my healing flows. You have chosen to rise, even when it hurt, even when the weight felt unbearable. You have chosen to love again, even after betrayal tried to shut your heart. You have chosen to hope, even after loss threatened to darken your world. That is strength the world cannot measure, and heaven never overlooks. Even my son sweat blood in the Garden of Gethsemane. He cried out to me with anguish, "If it is possible, take this cup from me." He did not hide his sorrow. He did not pretend the road ahead was easy. His heart was heavy. His humanity felt the full weight of what was coming, but still, he obeyed. Still, he submitted. Still, he followed through. And through that suffering came resurrection. Through that agony came glory. Through that surrender came your salvation. Through his obedience came an open door for all of humanity to return to me. His pain had purpose. His pain had a name, redemption, and so does yours. So too will you rise. So too will your suffering give way to splendor. From the ashes of your trials, I am crafting a testimony that will awaken hope in those who watch your journey. Not by your strength alone, not by sheer will or determination, but by my spirit within you, rising in you like fire in your bones, like breath in your lungs, like light breaking through the cracks of darkness to reveal the radiance of my purpose for you. I have placed something divine within you that adversity cannot destroy, that pain cannot extinguish, that doubt cannot silence. You may feel weary, but my power is perfected in your weakness. You may feel broken, but I am the potter, and I make all things new. Because you were not chosen for comfort. You were chosen to carry glory. Not the fleeting kind that fades with applause, but the eternal kind that remains when no one is watching. The kind that reflects my image through your life. The kind that transforms every room you enter, every soul you touch, every life you brush against, even in silence. Your calling is not always loud, but it is always powerful. The glory you carry is not for display. It is for impact. It is for healing, for truth, for love that goes beyond surface and reaches the soul. Your story is not finished. Your struggle is not the end. I am still writing every line, penning purpose into every pause, meaning into every delay, depth into every disappointment. I am still redeeming every chapter, revisiting every heartbreak with restoration in my hands. I am still working miracles in the middle of the mess. In the places you think are too far gone, I am planting the seeds of revival. I choose you, still, with full knowledge of your past, with a tender eye on your present, and with excitement for your future. I choose you when you're weak and need my strength to stand. I choose you when you're overwhelmed by emotions you don't understand. I choose you when you wonder if you're enough, when shame tries to silence your voice. I choose you when you're afraid of the unknown, when you're tired from the journey, when you're angry at the brokenness, when you're lost in the fog of confusion. My choice does not depend on your performance. It is grounded in my promise. My choice remains. And my choice is love, unfailing, unshakable, unwavering love that will never let you go. Chapter 3. The purpose in your pain. I do not delight in your suffering. My heart is tender toward your pain, but I do use it. I take what the enemy meant for evil, every betrayal, every wound, every loss, and I repurpose it for good. That is my way. It has always been my way. I do not waste pain. I turn graves into gardens. mourning into dancing, and ashes into beauty. I am not the author of pain, but I am the redeemer of it. I step into the brokenness and speak life. I step into sorrow and breathe purpose. Pain humbles you. It quiets the pride that says, I can do this on my own. It removes the illusion of control, forcing you to loosen your grip on the things that cannot save you. It peels back the layers of pride, distraction, and self-sufficiency. And in that exposed, tender place, you discover what truly matters. You begin to see through the noise. You begin to hear my voice again. You find me there, not in the avoidance of pain, but in walking through it with me. For I walk with you through the fire, and I do not leave your side in the flood. Paul knew this when he said, "When I am weak, then I am strong." He had a thorn that he begged me to take away. But the thorn did not disqualify him. It anchored him in grace. It reminded him daily that my power is not for the perfect, but for the dependent. And my grace is sufficient for you too, on the days you feel undone, on the days you cannot find the words, on the days when silence is your only prayer. My grace covers it all. It strengthens you in your surrender. Your wounds can become windows. They can be transformed into radiant openings through which my light pours out. Your scars, instead of reminders of shame, can shine as marks of survival, sacred evidence of healing, living symbols of my faithfulness. These scars are not disqualifiers. They are declarations that you endured, that you overcame, and that you did not walk alone. When others see your scars, they see the hands of a God who never let go, who stood beside you in the fire, who held you in the valley, who stayed when everyone else walked away. Even when you were unsure of me, even when your faith faltered, I remained faithful. When they hear your testimony, they won't just hear your strength or your perseverance. They will hear echoes of my grace. They will see the fingerprints of heaven on your life, smudged across every chapter you tried to erase. They will feel the evidence of a divine love that never gave up, that never gave in, that saw worth in you when you couldn't see it yourself. Your story becomes a mirror that reflects my mercy and a window that invites others into hope. Let me use your pain. Do not bury it beneath shame or fear. Do not silence it out of discomfort or pride. Give it to me, and I will turn your pain into purpose. I will take what hurt you and use it to heal others. I will take what broke you and use it to build bridges for those still wandering. I will make it a river of living water that flows from your scars, bringing refreshment to thirsty hearts. Let me show the world what redemption looks like through you, not a sanitized, filtered version, but the real, raw truth of a life touched by divine grace. Do not hide your story. Do not shrink from the pages that feel too painful to revisit. Every moment of your journey has value, even the chapters you wish you could erase. Do not edit your testimony to make it prettier or easier to understand. The jagged parts matter. The mess matters. The pain matters. They are the places where my grace met your greatest need. Your tears were not in vain. Your struggle was not wasted. I have been present in every moment, weaving purpose through the pain, creating light from the shadows. It is powerful because it is real. It is honest, and I do my best work with honest. I step into the raw and the unfiltered. That is where my glory shines brightest, in the truth of the redeemed, in the cracks that let the light through. In the ashes I turn to beauty. I dwell in authenticity. I move through vulnerability. I break chains through transparency. What you think disqualifies you is the very evidence that I have never let you go. It is not your perfection that draws others. It is your transformation. Your pain will become your platform. Your weakness will become your witness. What once made you weep will one day be your war cry of victory. Your history will become holy ground. The very moments that tried to bury you will become the evidence that I carried you. Your scars will tell the story of a God who never left, never stopped loving, never gave up hope. When you tell the truth of what I've done, chains break, not only for you, but for those who hear and recognize their own reflection in your freedom. I am not finished with your story. I am just beginning the part that will inspire others to believe in me again. I am not done showing the world who I am through the canvas of your life. Through you, they will see that no pit is too deep, no scar too ugly, no life too far gone. I redeem it all. I choose to use what you thought was unusable. I choose to work through what you thought had no worth. I choose the surrendered, the scarred, the willing. Watch what I do with your yes. Watch how I transform surrender into legacy, pain into purpose, and your story into a song of salvation that will echo across generations. Chapter 4. The Power of Obedience. Obedience is not about perfection. It is about direction. It is not the absence of error, but the presence of trust. When you say yes to me, even when it's hard, when it costs something, when it stretches you, that is where transformation begins. That is where your life starts to reflect the kingdom more than the culture. Every act of obedience is a seed that I will water in due season. Abraham left everything he knew to follow my voice. He didn't have all the answers. He didn't even know the destination. But he had trust, and I met him at every step. Noah built the ark when there was no rain. He was mocked, misunderstood, and alone in his obedience, but his yes preserved generations. Mary said yes to becoming the mother of the Messiah, even though it risked everything, her reputation, her future, her comfort. Yet her obedience changed history. Each of these yeses shaped eternity. Your yes is sacred. Your obedience unlocks blessings you cannot see. It aligns your life with divine appointments. It opens doors no man can shut. It invites provision you didn't even know to pray for. It releases favor into your future and authority into your present. But more than anything, it brings you closer to me. Not because I need control, but because I desire communion. When you obey, your heart aligns with mine, and your steps begin to echo my rhythm. Do not wait until you feel ready. Readiness is not the measure I am. Readiness can be deceiving because what you call unprepared, I call positioned. I do not wait until you are polished. I do not wait until the fear is gone. I move in your weakness, in your trembling yes. I walk with you while your hands still shake. Do not wait until you feel worthy. Worthiness is not your qualifier. My calling is. I have never chosen based on human status or perfection. I chose based on surrender. I'm not asking for your qualifications. I'm not asking for perfection, eloquence, or certainty. I'm asking for your heart. A surrendered heart is more powerful than a polished performance. One step taken in obedience from a heart yielded to me is worth more than 1,000 hollow gestures. Your availability is more precious than your ability. Your willingness matters more than your resume. I can do more with one obedient soul than 1,000 who only say yes in theory but never move. Obey me in the small things, in the daily decisions that no one applauds, in the unseen things, the choice to forgive, the effort to be honest, the courage to stay faithful when you feel unseen, in the quiet yes and the secret sacrifice, in the whispered prayer you think I don't hear, in the gentle nudge to speak kindness when anger rises, in the act of integrity when no one is watching. That's where intimacy is built. That's where trust is forged. That's where the roots of faith grow deep, deep enough to hold you through the storms. Obedience that flows not from duty but from love will carry you into the life I've designed for you. When your yes is not for applause, but because you know I am worthy, that's when it becomes worship. That's when it becomes holy. You are not just called to believe in me. You are called to walk with me. This is not a one-time decision. It is a daily direction. Every morning you rise is another chance to say yes again. Another chance to trust me over your fear, to choose me over comfort, to follow when the way isn't clear. And every step of obedience is a declaration. I trust you, God, more than I trust my fear. It is your voice saying, you are Lord, not just in my beliefs, but in my behavior. Obedience is love in motion. It is faith with feet. It is choosing me not only when it's easy, but when it costs. It is trusting that even when you can't see the full picture, I am painting something eternal. Obedience is the pathway where miracles unfold, where hearts are transformed, where purpose awakens, and where you become all I created you to be. Keep walking with me. I will never lead you where my grace cannot keep you. Chapter 5. The beauty of being set apart. You were not made to fit in. You were made to stand out. You were not created to echo the voices of the world, but to reflect the voice of heaven. The world will tell you to conform, to compromise, to blend in for the sake of approval, acceptance, and ease. But I call you to holiness. I call you to rise above the noise, to walk a higher path, to live with purpose when others settle for patterns. I have not placed my spirit in you to make you popular. I placed it in you to make you powerful, set apart, and anchored in truth. Holiness is not about rules. It is about relationship. It is not about being better than others. It is about being fully mine. It is about saying yes to my presence even when it's inconvenient, set apart, marked by my spirit. Holiness is a posture of the heart, not a checklist of behavior. It is a response to love, not a burden of performance. It is the daily decision to stay close to me, to walk in step with my will even when the world moves in the opposite direction. My holiness in you is what distinguishes you, empowers you, and protects you from the decay of compromise. To be holy means to choose me when others walk away. It means to walk in grace while standing in truth, to speak life when others curse, to forgive when others hold grudges, to bless those who betray you, to serve when it is thankless, to love when it costs you something, to hold your peace when others rage, to live with integrity even when no one is looking. Holiness doesn't always look loud. It often looks like quiet strength, steadfast mercy, and unwavering devotion. It will not always be easy. You will be misunderstood, and that misunderstanding may come from those closest to you. They may question your motives, doubt your choices, and try to fit you back into a mold I have broken. Some will label your purity as pride. Some will call your conviction judgment. The world has always tried to name what it does not understand. But I have already named you. I have already claimed you. And remember, so was my son. He was mocked for his mercy, rejected for his righteousness, crucified because his light exposed the darkness. And yet he rose. He remained faithful to the end, even when the cost was everything. The world could not hold him, and it cannot define you. The voices that try to box you in cannot overpower the truth I have spoken over you. Your holiness is not weakness. It is resistance to the current of corruption. It is courage to stand when everything around you bows. It is the proof of my spirit alive in you. It is the evidence of my power flowing through you. You do not belong to the systems of this world. You do not belong to the cycle of compromise. You belong to a kingdom that will never be shaken, a kingdom whose foundations are righteousness, truth, and love. Your identity is not in your past. It is not in your performance. It is not found in your reputation or achievements. It is not measured by your accolades or failures. It is in me. I have called you by name, not by the name others gave you, not by the label your pain tried to put on you, but by the name I wrote for you in eternity. You are chosen. You are royal. You are holy. You are mine. You are a vessel of honor, set apart for sacred things. My seal is upon your heart, and my favor is upon your life. I have clothed you in righteousness and crowned you with purpose. You are not just surviving, you are being sanctified. Not just passing through this world, but carrying the weight of my glory within you. So live like it, speak like it, walk like it. Let every word be seasoned with grace, truth, and courage. Let every action be rooted in love that reflects my nature. Let every moment reflect the light I've placed inside of you, the kind of light that doesn't dim under pressure but shines brighter. And let the world see that there is something different about you. Let them feel it in your presence, in your peace, in the way you love and live and serve. That difference is not self-made. That difference is not for applause. That difference is me, alive, present, powerful, transforming you from the inside out. When they see you, may they see me. When they hear your voice, may they hear my truth. When they witness your life, may they know I am real. That is what it means to be holy. That is what it means to be mine. Chapter 6. The peace of my presence. You've searched for peace in people, in possessions, in performance. You've tried to earn it, chase it, and secure it through your own effort. You've tried to control outcomes, fix relationships, and manage circumstances to create a sense of calm. But peace built on shifting sand will always crumble. True peace is not found in the world. It is found in me. It is not the kind of peace that depends on your circumstances, but the kind that anchors you despite them. My peace is not momentary or fragile. It is not fleeting like emotion. It is not shaken by news reports or broken relationships. It is not disturbed by what others say about you or what you feel lacking within yourself. My peace is rooted in my presence, and my presence never leaves you. It is eternal, unwavering, and available to you at all times. When I say, "Be still and know that I am God," I'm not asking you to stop moving. I'm asking you to start trusting. I am not silencing your activity, but calming your soul. I'm calling you to a deeper awareness, a higher stillness, a sacred silence where your soul finally stops striving. You've tried to carry too much. You've tried to be strong for everyone, even when you were breaking. But strength is not in your grip. It's in your release. I want you to release your grip on control. Let go of the need to fix everything. Let go of the burden to understand everything. Let go of the lies that tell you it's all on your shoulders. Let go, and let me carry what you were never meant to hold. You were never meant to be your own savior. You were not created to live anxious. Anxiety was never your inheritance. You were created to walk with me. You were created to walk in rhythm with heaven, not driven by deadlines, but led by my spirit. Peace is not the absence of problems. It is the presence of purpose. It is the knowing that you're not alone. It is the confidence that I am in the storm with you, standing beside you when others walk away. It is the stillness of knowing that no matter what shakes around you, Nothing can shake the one within you. Peace is not passive. It is powerful. It steadies your mind and guards your heart. When the world says panic, I say peace. When anxiety tightens its grip and fear begins to steal your breath, I extend my hand. When fear rises like a tide and you can't see the shore, I speak, peace, be still. And just like the winds and the waves obeyed me on the sea, your storm will know my voice too. Chaos is not stronger than my word. Confusion is not louder than my promise. I calm more than seas. I calm souls. I do not only still storms around you, I still the storm within you. You don't have to feel strong to have peace. Peace is not about strength. It's about surrender. You only need to trust that I am stronger. You don't have to see the whole path. Just stay close to me, and I will direct every step. I will guide you when it's dark, and I will carry you when you're tired. Let my presence be your peace. Let my word be your anchor. Let my spirit be your guide. When you rest in me, you are never truly shaken. When you follow me, you are never truly lost. My peace is your promise, and I always keep my promises. Chapter 7. The fire of my calling. I did not call you to a life of comfort. I called you to a life of purpose, and that purpose will sometimes look like fire. It will refine you. It will stretch you. It will test what you believe about me and about yourself. But the fire is not there to destroy you. It is there to reveal you, to reveal the strength I placed inside you, to burn away what does not belong, to awaken what the world tried to silence. Many are called, but few are willing to walk through the fire. You are one of the few. You have felt the heat of resistance, the pressure of opposition, and the cost of obedience. But this fire is holy. It is the place where I mold leaders, raise warriors, and shape vessels that can carry glory. The fire is where I forge faith that does not waver in the wind. Just as gold must be refined in the furnace, so must your heart be refined in the fires of surrender. Do not resist what I use to sanctify you. Embrace it. Trust me with it. I will not waste a single flame. I will not allow you to walk through anything that doesn't prepare you for what's ahead. The fire is not the end. It is the beginning. When you come through it, you will shine. You will carry my presence with authority. You will move with boldness. You will speak with clarity, and the world will know that you have been with me. Chapter 8. The glory of your story. Your story is not too messy to be used. Your past is not too broken to be redeemed. I write redemption into every line, and I turn ashes into altars. The things you thought disqualified you are the very things I will use to qualify you in the eyes of those who thought you'd never rise. Every chapter matters. Every wound I've healed. Every lesson you've learned. Every quiet tear and silent prayer. I've seen it all, and I've woven it into the tapestry of something beautiful. I don't just use your victories. I use your valleys. I don't just shine through your strength. I shine through your surrender. Your story has power because I'm the author. And I do not write tragedies. I write testimonies. When others read your life, may they see the fingerprints of grace and the imprint of my faithfulness. May they know that no pit is too deep, no sin too great, no detour too long to outrun my redemption. Speak your story. Share your journey. Not from a place of shame, but from a place of freedom. When you tell what I've done for you, chains fall off others too. What I did in you, I want to do through you. Chapter 9. The promise of my power. You are not powerless. You are not abandoned. You are not a victim of circumstance. You carry the power of the living God inside of you. The same Spirit that raised Jesus from the dead dwells in you, and that power is not dormant. It is alive. You have the authority to break generational patterns. You have the power to speak life into dead places, places in your heart, in your family, in your legacy that have long been dormant. You carry the divine authority to uproot lies that have lived too long and to plant truth that will outlast every storm. You have the Spirit to silence the lies that echo in your mind, the whispers of unworthiness, the accusations of your past, the fears of what lies ahead. You are not weak. You are a warrior filled with divine strength. Heaven itself has equipped you with what you need for this hour. You are not invisible. You are seen by heaven and backed by it. My eyes are always on you, and my angels are assigned to you. You are not alone. You are covered, supported, empowered, and sent. Stop living like you are powerless. You were born to reign, not in pride, but in purpose. You were created not to shrink back in the face of adversity, but to rise with boldness anchored in me. You carry the authority of my name and the backing of heaven. Stop bowing to fear. Stop giving it a throne it was never meant to sit on. Stop treating it like a voice of authority. Fear is not your leader. I am. Fear leads to bondage. I lead to freedom. Rise in faith not because you feel fearless, but because you know who walks with you. Faith is not the absence of fear. It is the defiance of it, the decision to walk forward while shaking, the courage to speak truth when lies press in. Stand in truth, the truth that you are mine, that you are called, that you are redeemed, and that you have everything you need in me. My truth is greater than your weakness. Walk in the confidence of who I've called you to be. Confidence is not arrogance. It is clarity. It is certainty born from my voice. It is knowing that I did not make a mistake when I made you, formed you, shaped you. You are not an afterthought. You are not insufficient. You are handcrafted by me. You have access to my strength, my wisdom, and my presence every single day, not just when you feel holy, but especially when you feel broken. My presence is not earned. It is promised. You were never meant to do this life alone. I did not design you for isolation. I did not call you to carry burdens in silence. You were not designed to carry burdens by yourself, to fight battles in silence, or to figure out life without me. I walk with you. I war for you. I whisper to you in the chaos and sing over you in the silence. My power is not just for miracles, it's for moments. It's not just for the mountain highs, but the mundane steps between. It's for the everyday, the ordinary, the overlooked spaces of life where you feel forgotten. It's for the conversations that require grace, the decisions that require discernment, the sacrifices that require strength. It's for the small battles that test your patience, the hidden decisions that shape your destiny, the quiet endurance that no one sees but I always honor. I see it all. I honor it all. It's for the nights you feel empty and the mornings you feel unseen. It's for the moments no one claps for but heaven records. It's for now, for this very breath, this very challenge, this very choice. Tap into it by faith. Trust it even when you can't trace it. Lean on me, cry out to me, rest in me. Walk in it, knowing that where your strength ends, mine begins. And where you feel weakest, I will show myself strong. I will meet you there, not to shame you, but to lift you. My power perfects you. My grace sustains you. My presence carries you through every valley and into every victory. Chapter 10. The fulfillment of my choice. I chose you before time began. Before a single breath was drawn, before the stars were hung in the sky, I saw you. I formed you with intention, with care, with glory in mind. I chose you in the middle of your chaos, not when you had it all together, but when you were unraveling. I chose you in the valley where your voice trembled, and I chose you on the mountaintop when your praises soared. I chose you in secret places, in crowded rooms, in lonely nights, and in joyful mornings. I have never unchosen you. My decision was not made on a whim, and it will not be undone. My choice is not based on your strength, your performance, your popularity, or your perfection. It is based on my love, and my love does not waver. My love does not grow weary. My love does not retreat when things get hard. I chose you not just to survive, but to overcome. Not to just breathe, but to build. I chose you not just to be rescued, but to be raised, to stand tall as a testimony of my power. I chose you to be a vessel of my glory, to carry my light into dark places. I chose you to be a witness of my grace, to live out the beauty of redemption. I chose you to be a reflection of my Son, to love when it's hard, to serve when it's costly, to forgive when it hurts. When I look at you, I see more than what you see. I see potential wrapped in my promise. I see eternity planted in time. I see purpose burning like fire in your soul. I see destiny, not a distant concept, but a divine reality in motion. I see my image alive and awakening within you. All the pain, all the delay, all the trials, they were never meant to break you. They were meant to shape you. They carved depth into your heart. They carved compassion into your hands. They gave your voice authority and your presence weight. You are not who you used to be. You have outgrown the labels, the shame, the fear. You are not what others called you. You are not defined by what they misunderstood, misjudged, or mistreated. You are who I say you are, chosen, anointed, and appointed. You are a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a light on a hill. You are set apart, not by your efforts, but by my election. You are rising, not by your strength, but by my spirit. Now walk in it, speak from it, live from it. Let your thoughts be filled with it. Let your decisions be guided by it. Let your life echo my voice. I choose you. In the courtroom of your doubts, let this truth be your defense. In the storms of your identity, let this truth be your anchor. I choose you. When you feel least qualified, remember I chose you. When you fall, remember I chose you. When you rise again, know I still choose you. Nothing you've been through has changed my mind, and I always will. From the beginning to the end, through every chapter, every detour, every return, I will keep choosing you.